Hey guys, it's Baayta. Today I'm going to review for you the ZeroLemon 10,000 milliamp hour battery for the Note 3. Let's check it out. The main components of the ZeroLemon 10,000 milliamp hour battery for the Note 3 are pretty simple actually. The package comes including all of these actual items. You get the actual silicone or the, I would say the neoprene, I almost want to say silicone actually, case itself. That actually works specifically for this. So if you have an extended battery from another manufacturer, this might not work, but you can try it, definitely. It does come in the package. The other thing you get here is a 3-piece casing mechanism that goes around your actual device. You have a screen that's already pulled in here. Some people take those off, but it's already in. You also have the backing, which actually gives you the ability to kind of encase it into a shell. And you have a little cover with the foam packing here, depending on what you want to use. If you choose to use your normal battery inside of this case, this would work perfectly. If you're going to use it with the ZeroLemon battery, this option does not work. I haven't been able to get it to fit, so I would technically just put this aside if you're going to use it. Next thing we have, obviously, is the star of the show, the ZeroLemon 100. Actually, it's 180, 100% ZeroLemon promise. It's basically 180 days promise that this device or this module or the battery, I guess in this situation, will work. The only way I can describe this is essentially is if 3 separate batteries, because it looks like one battery here, third battery here, are glued together, connected, and configured to work on one device. They weigh about 3 times as much as a regular battery does, and the reason they're getting 10,000, I guess it's just more of a rounding, but for the most part, it actually does give a lot of juice and it will last you a long time. I haven't had any heating issues with it, but it works pretty well. Last but not least, they realized that carrying around a case that is this thick by comparison to what your normal Note 3 is requires a specific case carrier. So they do give you this very nice, gigantic holster connector. And the reason why I say it's very nice is because it has also the option of configuring it to be a stand. So you can use it to watch movies on it since the device now is so big. And you can actually watch a lot of movies. So you're able to do some things like that, and it works pretty well as far as a belt clip. So other than that, we're going to put this aside. And we're just going to look real quick on the battery itself and the actual device. So we'll put the battery itself here. Just from a size comparison itself, you could see that the ZeroLemon actual battery itself in here fits the exact same size, same width. And that's basically where it's going to fit. So if you put them side by side, it's about the same, and it's a little bit thickness in here in the back. That's where the connectors are. And then you have the size of the other 2 batteries. So basically that's how you get that. And overall, the standard battery itself, it works pretty well. And if you notice right here, we'll go ahead and just kind of cover. Actually, I don't think this thing is going to focus on it. But anyways, the standard Samsung battery on a Note 3 is 3200 milliamp hours, which used to be 3100, I think, on the Note 2. So they've upgraded that here. But overall, this will give you a lot of juice. And the way it interacts is the same thing. It has the same connectors. Unfortunately, once you have this on, you don't have the ability to interact with your SIM card, or, well, you don't usually have that, but at least the memory card, you don't have the ability of interacting with it. It does pack it around the device itself. And overall, just basically adds to the thickness of the device. Now, we're going to go ahead and put on the actual casing itself so that I can show you guys exactly how it fits. So you take the case, the facing case on, you put it on. So we'll go ahead and take that in. And as I mentioned before, the extra piece that you have here does not actually work with the sponge that they have. If you can remove this, then you can. You really don't need it once you actually have it connected to the other actual case itself that comes with the ZeroLemon case. Use your Note 3, your power button works, you'll just have to wait a second, turn it on, and you have the device booting up. And it works pretty well. Overall, very nice, very heavy. Of course, you're putting 3 times the size of the battery, so it has to have its own weight. The camera is not obstruse at all. You can see that there's a really good insert, and I've taken a lot of pictures with it, no issues. It has a little bit of a flap here to kind of cover the different openings, so you have to actually interact with those whenever you want to put in things. To get the S Pen, the same thing in here, but they have pretty well open connectors here, and then here's for your charger. So from the sense of weight, obviously, you guys are aware of this thing, obviously, it's already, adding more weight, adding more size to the device. So it's no longer that slim, nice little thin Note 3 that you're using on a normal base, or you're used to using. And the reason you want to keep that in mind is you're not adding this battery because you want it to look nice. You're adding the battery because you're going to be in a situation where you need that much power or that amount of power to last you a lot longer. And I was able to almost get about 3 days worth of usage out of this battery, and it is amazing. And I say 3 days because it really has 3 batteries. And I generally get about a full day with 1 battery. So just multiply that by 3, and the batteries are actually pretty good and high quality batteries. ZeroLemon has actually had a good reputation of giving out or putting out good products and good batteries, and a lot of people are very happy with their product. So big that it actually kind of makes it non-functional on a day-to-day basis. So if you're used to putting the phone in your pocket, it just not going to work out. It has almost like triple the thickness of what the device normally would be. So just keep that in mind. It's not three times the width, but it's almost there because of the size. And just from the sense of, and this is just obviously, you know, you guys are looking at it from a distance. This is my Note 3, and this is how the case looks like. It's very big. Again, I use this for different reasons. So I travel and I generally take this with me on long trips. I had this on a trip that I was going to Europe, and it lasted me the entire trip from here getting to my destination, which was almost 2 days of travel between time zones and, you know, losing time and all of that. And I generally can't fall asleep on an airplane. Unfortunately, I'm one of those that stay up and just have to consume media or do something. So it was great. The Bluetooth functionality, GPS, and all of those things still function very well when you're using it. I was able to play with my Moga controller on the airplane, and it works very well. And that's one of the really nice things about the case itself. It has that little kickstand, so it puts the device in a viewable angle, and you're able to basically use it as just a stand for video or for, you know, gameplay and so on. Other than that, it works, you know, exactly what it's intended. It's intended for long usage of your device. I was able to get about over 7 hours of usage of on-screen time, but functionality and push notifications. You guys know I have the Pebble, so 90% of my notifications I don't have to actually turn on my device to look at, so I can get them straight on my device. So it worked pretty well. And again, it worked in different international, you know, environments and so on. The other time I used it was when I was at CES, and it actually lasted me the entire day. And so from a sense of usage and everything, it barely went down to 80% on that one day. And it basically, obviously, you know, since I was using my camera to take pictures, I wasn't using my device. There was not as much functionality that would consume a lot of batteries, but making and receiving phone calls, sending text messages, making sure I take, you know, quick snapshots here and there, it worked pretty well, and it does exactly what I needed to do. It's just that the size kind of gets into the point where you have to kind of get comfortable with it. But the holster does fix that problem. So if you're comfortable with the holster, you're good with the battery. Hope you guys like this. Let me know what you think. As far as you know, with the device, and you can get this, it's available on Amazon, and I'll provide you guys a link in the description or below here at the video, and in the description of the video. Like and comment. Leave me any recommendations for other devices or other things that you'd like me to review. If you have products out there that you'd like me to review, please send me information. And again, my information will be below the description. I'll talk to you guys soon, and hope you're doing well.